It's space weather! Looking at the sun on 171 angstroms, we see sunspot 2732 setting and an active region rising. The source of an X-ray flare 2 days ago, and the sunspot, the source of yesterday's X-ray flare. Here's your magnetic field lines in 304 angstroms. And here is the top view ecliptic plane field plot from the Gong 2. Data is 1 hour and 24 minutes old. To spaceweathernews.com. A little bit of X-ray flaring so far today. Nothing noteworthy, nothing even in the B range. Some missing data on the ACE. Check it out. So let's look at the real-time data on the Discover. BTBZ still fluctuating all over the place. And it looks like we're losing or have completely lost the coronal hole magnetic connection. You can see the phi angle is right at 259. Solar wind density has dropped down to 8.69. And it looks like the solar wind speed has peaked. It's down to 477 kilometers per second. However, there may be a second set of solar wind on the way. So head back to spaceweathernews.com. That magnetic area on the Gong 2 is the reason for that magnetometer spike last night. And the incoming plasma is responsible for these perturbations down here. You can see the KP index went up to 5, a low-class geomagnetic storm, and now is returned to 4 at unsettled conditions. Here's your Cygnets forecast. Let that play through once. By the way, that was through January 11th. We see the GOES electron flux has that characteristic dip that we see associated with coronal hole wind streams, which are highly proton based and are electron thieves. A little bit of charging hazards here, surprisingly, especially northern South America, Central America, as you see in this chart here. And the F2 layer has been looking about like this most days. So the F2 ionosphere layer looking normal, and the auroras have actually died down in the last hour. Here's your auroral forecasts. Looking at the earthquake situation, last 10 hours, Chile gets a 4.7. So Chile should remain on alert for a high level 4 magnitude. Alaska gets a 3.8 at depth, which should put Alaska on alert, although considering how many earthquakes are getting in Alaska, they just stay on alert. "60 kilometers north of Grand Anse, Guadeloupe." I'm not sure where that is. Near Montserrat, okay. Near the British Virgin Islands. Okay, I know there was one there yesterday or 2 days ago. Moving on. Oregon gets a 4.1. That's noteworthy. Off the coast of Oregon there. There's where that's located. So a 5.0 in the Philippines at depth. Philippines remains on alert for a 5+. Indonesia 5.1. 4.7 in Indonesia. 2 4.0s, that's just one quake in Argentina there. Also at depth, keeping them on alert. Japan a 4.6, the largest we've seen there in a while, also at depth. Alerts remain, although the coronal hole magnetic connection has ceased, which is a good thing, lowering the probability a little bit. Head to volcanodiscovery.com. Today's volcano action includes Shiveluch in Russia. 18,000-foot ash plume there, ejecting ash into the stratosphere, causing increased cloud nucleation and global cooling. Abico, ash plume to 10,000 feet. Krakatoa, volcanic ash to 45,000 feet. Erupting on and on and on. Dukono, 7,000-foot ash plume. Reventador, volcanic ash advisory. Sabancaya, same thing. Planchon, Peteroa, 15,000-foot ash plume. That's a significant number of volcanoes going off at the same time, people. Here's your planetary locations. Earth is just passing a Saturn opposition. Show you the next 7 days by advancing this. By the way, this is located at theplanetstoday.com. And there's where your planets will be 7 days from now. Here's your pressure map for the magnetosphere, which is about what you'd be expecting right now. Nothing too noteworthy going on here. Moving on to geospace magnetic perturbations, which are very interesting. First of all, here's the North America map. See significant perturbations all across the U.S. Pacific Ocean. Here's the global perspective. And here it is from the poles. This data courtesy University of Michigan. Next, check out Principia Scientific. Posted an article. 2018, 500+ papers support skeptics on climate alarm. Apparently, 97% of scientists don't really agree that the Earth is warming and that CO2 produced by human beings is the cause. We'll leave links to the article. And while we're here, another article on the same site. Study shows turmeric safely kills cancer stem cells. The ancient Indian spice. Sprinkle some on your vegetables and help to reduce your exposure. The ancient spice known as turmeric. Not expensive. Could save your ass. Next, let's head to Tropical Tidbits. Show you what's going on with the jet stream. As the jet stream is coming down like this and then splitting in two. And we're getting these two separate jet streams here. Show you how that works. And that's up to right now. US Doppler radar. By the way, these storms in the mid-Atlantic will be pushed off shortly by a surge of dry air pushing up to the northeast. Here's your water vapor map. Also courtesy of AccuWeather.com. Back to the 94 angstroms view. See the active region rising. And it's got the whole screen of the image. Thanks for tuning in. We're doing it daily. Thanks subscribers especially. Please don't forget to like and leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Remember, on your way staring at the sun, don't drink. And if you drink, don't drive. Or just don't drive. Please don't drive.